Hey guys, so I'm sharing with you my homemade banana pancakes. So easy and so delicious. A perfect quick breakfast for in the morning. I'm going to start off with some unsalted butter in my little measuring cup here. And to that, I'm going to go ahead and add in some whole milk. Now I'm using a microwavable safe container because I'm just going to go ahead and pop this in a microwave for about 45 seconds to a minute or so until that butter is melted. And what I have here is some bananas that I had in the fridge for several days that I had placed in a paper bag. I didn't want them to go bad on me quickly, so as they were getting ripe, I placed them in the paper bag and placed them in the fridge so that they can last longer. And even though they look brown and probably look overripe, they're really not overripe. So this is a really great way if you have a lot of bananas to keep them lasting a little bit longer, is to place them in the paper bag and place them in a refrigerator. And as you can see, it's still very firm, it's not mushy and not brown and overripe. So I'm going to go ahead and use one large banana. And after that 45 seconds to a minute or so, our butter is nice and melted. I'm just going to mix that together. We're going to set that aside to cool down just a bit. And our dry ingredients, we have some all-purpose flour, some salt, baking powder, ground cinnamon, ground allspice, and ground nutmeg. I'm also adding in some granulated sugar, and we're going to go ahead and give this a mix. And of course, guys, all the amounts will be listed below in the description box. We're just going to mix that and incorporate everything together really, really well to make sure that all those spices and the baking powder is completely incorporated throughout everything. To our butter and our milk, I'm going to add in one large egg and give that a whisk. Now I added in part of my milk at the beginning, and I will be adding in the rest of my milk towards the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and break up my banana and place them into my milk and my butter and egg, and we're going to use the back of our fork to mash our banana. So I'm just going to take the back of the fork and just press it against the side of your bowl or container just to make sure that there are no huge lumps of banana. You want to make it nice and mashed up. And after we've mashed it up, we're just going to incorporate it into our wet ingredients. After we've incorporated that, we're just going to go ahead and add in our dry. Now after I've added in my dry, I'm going to mix that together really well, and I'm going to add in the last bit of my milk and mix that completely. And then we're going to let this sit for about 15 minutes just to rest, and then we're going to go ahead and just start making our pancakes. Large non-stick skillet here, and I highly recommend using non-stick because I feel it's the best way to make a pancake. It's the easiest way. You can use either non-stick cooking spray or a little bit of butter. I do not add butter before every single pancake because I find the butter just adds uneven browning. It does add great flavor, but I add the butter when I am finished my pancake, just on the top of each pancake or on the top of all of them. But what I have here is my measuring cup, which has a spout, and I could definitely go ahead and pour my pancake batter. But if you want to have even pancakes, I really recommend using a measuring cup, so that way you can have even pancakes. I think a half a cup measuring or a third of a cup is a great size. So you're going to take it and just place your batter, and it's on medium heat. I'm going to kind of just zhuzh it around a little bit to make sure that it is nice and even. And we're going to let this go for 45 seconds or so until we start seeing bubbles forming on the top and they start to pop. And that's our indication to flip our pancakes. So we're going to go ahead and flip our pancakes. Let it go for another 45 seconds or so until fully cooked through. And that is it. Top it with a little bit of yummy butter and of course some pancake or maple syrup. I didn't add that much sugar in the batter because I find it to be too sweet, especially if you're serving with maple or pancake syrup. Put a little bit of banana slices on it. You're good to go. These are so amazing. It's so easy, and it's just such a great treat, especially for little ones. I'll have all the amounts listed below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.